homes, we can now feel how much essential is the existence of freedom in our lives. Never have I seen such a mess in life. The air is pure, however, wearing a mask is still mandatory.
Friends have time to sit together, but they cannot get together. To cook inside you is crazy, but you cannot call anyone for lunch or dinner.
What's ironical is that the culprit is all around, but cannot be seen. This is the time when we all have to stay positive but test negative. So, as to experience this, let's go to a house of two girls who are going through this situation.
I am so sick of this lockdown. I want to go out and roam freely like a bird without a mask. But I can't.
I know, even I, but we must take care. Just imagine how Indians were under the British rule for several years.
Point to be noted, Didi. But I wonder how. Anyways, tomorrow I have my history test. I need to study.
Victory brought new riches, but exposed a vulnerable empire. Personal letters and diaries describe the experiences of the rulers and the ruled.
Indians too were a part of this one-third people on earth who were ruled by the British.
Powerful nation in the world. From Canada to India, from Australia to Nigeria, from the Caribbean to South Africa, the British Empire once ruled over.
Why do I regard British rule as a curse? It has impoverished the dumb millions. It has reduced us politically to serfdom. It has sapped the foundations of our culture.
I strongly believe in Mahatma Gandhiji's vision and his idea of Satyagraha.
But hasn't Mahatma's idea of bringing peace and independence to our country through non-violence created more violence ever since people have participated in the non-violent protests?
This is because most of us have failed to understand the concept of Satyagraha. It is not a physical force, it is a soul force. Truth being the substance of the soul.
Although we never used arms. But what about those who had to die just as on 13th April 1919?
It is so dreadful to see the ground of Jallianwala Bagh still covered with our brothers and sisters' blood. Not all had come to protest against the government's repressive measures. Some had also come to attend the annual Baisakhi fair. They had come to enjoy and not to be the part of the so-called disastrous Baisakhi.
This was not the end. Several other deadly incidences took place, but the Indians never gave up. They were persistent and sedulous. They fought it all with much unity, even when the rivals divided them. Such a unitive movement was shown when the Simon Commission arrived in India.
Do you know Mahatma Gandhiji decided to call off the non-cooperation movement because it was turning violent? Some of our Congress leaders have decided to participate in the councils held by the Government Act of 1919.
Yes, I heard about it. Peasants are finding it so difficult to sell their harvests and pay revenue. What will happen to the economy? Indian politics is also severely affected by these changes and the internal debate of the council.
Seeing this distress, it was the right time for the Tory government in Britain to constitute a statutory commission under Sir John Simon. This was introduced so that the commission would look into the constitutional system and suggest some changes. Often guests are welcomed with content, but let us see how the Simon Commission was welcomed.
Simon Commission! Simon Commission! Bharat Mata ki Jai! Vande Mataram!
I wonder what will be Mahatma Gandhiji's next step? Even the Simon Commission did not last.
Never doubt that a small group of committed individuals can change the world. Indeed, it did. The Dandi March is the proof. Mahatma Gandhi found salt a powerful symbol that could unite the nation. It was a journey of 240 miles from Sabarmati Ashram to the local coastal town of Dandi, which also proves that the journey of freedom has started.
With bravery in heart, determination in mind, we Indians do not stop.
15th August 1947 says it all.
Oh, that was a dream. You won't believe what I saw in my dream. I imagined myself as a satyagrahi fighting for freedom.
Wow, first time an intellectual idea. Anyways, I've got to go for my online class now. Bye.
Good morning, class. So today we are going to learn about what is our responsibility towards freedom, what are the major developments which are taking place in our country, and one such major campaign which was held in India known as the Ganga Action Plan. So Neerja, can you tell me what according to you is your responsibility towards freedom?
So, according to me, our responsibilities towards the nation are we should not discriminate against the lower caste. We should always educate our girl child. We should not judge a person on the basis of their caste, creed, or gender. And we must always elect the correct candidate.
So Chirag, can you tell me what according to you are the major developments which are taking place in our country today?
Okay, miss. So, the recent developments in India are number 1, GST. It is also known as Goods and Service Tax. It ranges from 0 to 28%. Number 2, renewable energy. India has large amount of energy from renewable sources. India has enormous solar energy. Number 3, industries. India has 6 major industries. These are iron and steel, textiles, jute, cement, paper, and cotton. These industries are important for India's economy.
Okay, great. So now let me introduce you all to the Ganga Action Plan, which was launched for the betterment of our country. Its main objectives were to improve the water quality of the river Ganga, to clean the domestic sewage, to discharge all the industrial influence, agricultural waste, and human waste. So this was all about the current scenario of our country. Now let's watch a movie about how India will look like in future, the futuristic India.
Hello. So I just recently got to know about the new law that was passed today morning. Are you aware of it?
Yes, the government is turning completely strict now. There is no room for crimes. And yes, If you are the thief, beware.
Yes, exactly. The absolute government having laws such as execution for any crimes or even a 5-year sentence for littering. Our judicial system has become way more accurate now. Lies, denials, false accusations, anything can be detected with the new line detector system.
But don't you agree that this is great? Because now crime rates have dropped so much and our country looks cleaner than ever before. We can't even find a single wrapper on the floor anymore.
Yes, there are no indifferences now. Everyone are treated equally, especially since the equal distribution of resources, which began in 2050. No one is rich, no one is poor. Everyone is treated equally. Everyone has sufficient food to eat. No one dies with hunger today. Everyone eats the same and has the same.
You're right. And when a prime minister introduced these laws, everyone felt deprived of freedom, especially those who had power and money. Remember when those riots began because of these new laws?
Yes, that was terrifying. But look at our country's development now. Look at these high rise buildings, these clean floors, and this beautiful view. It's astronomical. Everyone feels much more free now, as if our nation has been reborn. There are no more wars, no more caste systems, no more killings, and slowly but steadily, hate is vanishing, unity is increasing, positivity is spreading, and freedom is guaranteed.
Yes, you are right. The education system has changed. Now students are not suffocated due to exam stress and poor school facilities. Every student's talent comes into spotlight now. Parents who do not find proper job or have odd salary need not worry about their child's fees because of the new policy of fee reduction by the government.
Our country has changed so much, not only for the adults, but even for the kids. This makes me so happy.
Yes, I'm so amazed by how far our country has reached. I'm proud to be a citizen of my great nation, our great nation, India. So we've shown you the freedom struggles of our past, the current scenario of our country, as well as our country's future. So I'm sure by now all of y'all are familiar with the idea of how our country will look like in the future. But for a better future, we need to work on a better present. We need to make our roads well developed and work on our infrastructure. We need to provide job and educational opportunities to the people living in slum and rural areas. But most importantly, we need to show humanity towards each other as well as our fellow animals. We need to end this cruelty and this toxicity. For a better tomorrow, we need to work on a better today. So let's all join hands together. Let's unite together for a future like
There's only one way to travel.
You built a time machine?